Okay, now, gentlemen, I want you to keep the fight clean at all times. I want you to protect yourself at all times. And what I say, you must obey. Touch him up. Good luck.
Roger was in no hurry to leave the ring, apparently wanting to make a last-minute point. Up protector is too high. Mayweather with a right hand across her to do. Right hand across the top for Dela Hoya excites the crowd. And immediately Dela Hoya begins at Mayweather's ribcage. Oscar has never been,
but he can't. So he's trying to get Floyd to the center.
To the punch. Oscar trying to figure out.
Rather than to land in short bursts and then go away out of
playing to just walk in and be physical, makes it so difficult to get in to do that. And right there, Floyd angled his body to the fact those left jab, and he's not using his jab at all.
On the back of Dela Hoya's trunks, his two children who are not mothered by Millie Rachel, his present wife. Oscar wanted to honor his other two children.
So far, Floyd is really just ran by landing the only.
Welcome. Definitive Dela Hoya 3 out of 26 punches
landed. The first jab that Oscar really threw his head back.
His left eye, which will neutralize Mayweather counterpunching.
Across the top against Floyd Mayweather. There's another straight right hand landing for Dela Hoya. And a jab. Landing punches while Floyd is throwing. Straight right hand by Mayweather.
And all of a sudden he'll change the jab into a leaping left hook.
Dela Hoya with fighting tonight than in previous fights. Looks away from the jab. Oscar reaching, having trouble finding Mayweather. There'll be a lot of that.
And Oscar's doing a very good job of neutralizing with his pet punch.
Between Mayweather's he was non-committal as to feelings that it was even taking place. You saw the CompuBox numbers, which slightly favored Dela Hoya in the shots with his right arm. Lands upstairs. And he lands a right cross across the top. And for the first time...
Too much, because if he thinks, you're not going to beat Floyd thinking. It is very effective.
Savants trying to
effective and stop thinking too much. Because when he thinks too much, he's playing right into Mayweather's hand. When he lets the punches go, he does very well.
And it would appear that what Dela Hoya needs...
Falling right back into playing the traps. Just, whether you land or clean down as the fight goes on.
Good quick left.
And all night long, he's been very ineffective with that punch so far.
Straight right hand, Mayweather. This is why Dela Hoya needs and force exchanges. He was able to do it at the first part of this round. Floyd has been back into it. It's been relatively even up to now. Let's see who will try to apply the activity down the stretch. And there's your answer.
Toe to toe. What he really wants is to go hand to hand.
Not unlike the first 3 rounds of Mayweather-Judah.
29-28. In rounds 1 and 3, Jim.
2-1 Floyd.
Concerned around the head with him. And in this case here, also, he's not that much.
He worked in training camp on being more relaxed and less intense, but in the ring tonight...
He shouldn't tire him. He should get tired late in the fight. Balled fist, and that has helped to tire him.
There are the body shots, and there is a sustained attack to the... And he seems concertedly aware of it in that moment. And because he throws the body shots by a couple of shots up... Oscar threw about 12 body shots.
I see as the fight goes on, Oscar's going to be getting hit with a lot of clean shots.
They are really counting. Twice now we've heard Roger Mayweather said he's going to get tired, he's going to get later in the fight.
Good quick left hook inside out of the night for Mayweather. Fighting this way doesn't...
I don't think he's been effective.
It's one thing, but there's so much pressure in trying to 12 rounds. And again, something up with the body and then go up.
I don't really know yet.
Counters of Floyd Mayweather. He's so quick and slinky with his right hand. Every time.
And if in a close round, if he...
Dela Hoya's right eye, probably from a Mayweather left hook. Increasingly down the stretch of those fights in which he's comfortable and confident.
Mayweather is standing right in with Dela Hoya here. This is toe-to-toe. He's willing to take the risk of getting hit.
And Mayweather is trying to... All the talk, bigger man might knock him out. If he could score under round, CompuBox numbers begin to reflect Mayweather. This is round 6.
Chess between 2 outs here is Mayweather.
Why the jab, as Vernon Forrest did to Shane Mosley, that's not working as well. So once again, Cage, the way Jose Luis Castillo did.
Mayweather the left hook that Oscar has, and he's
Who was fortunate to beat Pernell Whitaker in the fight. Not normally the way he punches. And he comes upstairs. His best round since early in the fight. Now there's a quick left hook that lands for Mayweather, but gets in a left. Part of his bread and butter. Suddenly the round begins to even up.
This punch is win.
And again, they're near the ropes. He's landing more punches and landing a very high percentage.
Floyd Mayweather throws the first punch. He gets off first. He pops Oscar De La Hoya with a left or a right. And Oscar, he wins the round. Clean shots.
And just to show you that Oscar heard Freddie Roach.
Doing everything properly, and if he can hold up stamina-wise, he's got a good chance of winning it going down the stretch.
Might win the fight. I mean, it started the chance to make.
Oscar has a great jab. But actually, Mayweather doesn't have the jab, but really, jab has always been.
will we get the drama we were hoping for in the set? Willing to stand and trade, maybe.
Good body shot by Mayweather. And he comes. Big left hook upstairs by Mayweather. He fights in staccato bursts. He likes it that way. Dela Hoya trying to pressure.
Well, going to have to step it up a little bit. This is the last half. Oscar does seem to be a little fatigued, but he's still working. He's still throwing punches.
His partners in Golden Boy, along with Shane Mosley. Another Dela Hoya flurry, and the crowd rises again. Once again, Oscar being more active, setting up the assault with the jab. Going to get clocked with a counter right, the jab, and puts it back in the holster. But when he uses it, he puts Mayweather on the defensive. Jab, and Floyd is picking his shots again.
No, but he's
blocking their punches.
Because they're one shot at a time.
Well, that's the way Floyd fights.
All night long for the most part.
No, it's when he counters that he does. He seems to have forgotten it since the beginning of the...
And Mayweather, who is almost a two, given his talent, that
a little bit in this round, as Dela Hoya has done a pretty off punches with his gloves.
Finish.
They're looking for one more big counter shot. Oscar looking for one definitive rally down the stretch of the round.
now the tension
Recognizes the danger of throwing 35 punches. I mean, Manny, your point is quite well taken. It doesn't much matter whether you're landing.
Floyd is having a problem of hitting Oscar. He's throwing punches, but he has not found a way to penetrate.
I'll tell you, bit of time.
Together. He blocked that punch.
Left hook, but partially blocked.
the fighter get to be considered a great fighter if he throws big.
Great. I've never considered him great. He's a considered.
Look, he's won all standpoint. That's hard to argue with.
Yeah,
but this sport is also
talented fighter.
Another Dela Hoya rally against the rope, throwing and throwing. Crowd misinterprets all this, but
fight because he's busy and hit Oscar. Oscar's defense is pretty good.
Hit him that time. Incident somewhat disagrees with us about Aki at 35 in the last round.
This is a good moment here, and
in this round, run. He's been saying it would fade toward the end of the. So perhaps Mayweather's mentality is I pick up the pace and separate myself from him, as was
Oscar's very aggressive.
I know Oscar, no Zab Jr.
6 rounds to 30 the entire round. I don't understand it. Effective hard punches, 6-3.
A round that I personally with the 3-point margin on the Letterman card. 1 punches to 35 for Mayweather. Judges aren't always and
different sides of the ring. You may see a
really erupts whether he sometimes. But in the end, he's picking off Floyd's punches.
That he would massacre if he's going to massacre him.
Shown at this age and after his long stretch.
Spirit having a very determined effort.
Accurate, sharper puncher against the ropes and flurry. It has not happened here. All he has made in the last couple of rounds is hasn't thrown it enough. And that, of course, hand counters of Floyd Mayweather. Now making it harder for Oscar to find those opportunities. Mayweather dropping his hands as if to say, go ahead now. 10 rounds finished. 2 rounds to first round. Mayweather 20 out of 44. That was Vargas who was tiring that night. Shots for Mayweather.
Oscar.
Right hand lead that time by Dela Hoya. Mayweather skipping away along the road. Good body shot by Dela Hoya. It didn't matter who Pernell Whitaker fought. It didn't matter who Floyd Mayweather was fighting tonight. The logical choice was Mayweather.
Well, looping Oscar totally confused right now. Every time he throws. So he's now concentrating on him, Oscar with right hands.
Hard right-handed punch in 3 rounds. Crowd tries to root Oscar. It had been the opposite. Now Dela Hoya, it probably wasn't enough to put Mayweather in any jeopardy.
Look out, look out!
Knockout, if it were to happen, would be the first of Dela clean punches. And once again, Mayweather throwing more as Dela Hoya seems to search for the opportunity for one big punch.
That's the fastest jab.
Stop back. Here we go.
Almost him. The only chance for Dela Hoya at this point, it would appear, would be to get another one of those big rallies against the ropes. And somehow, and we mentioned that a great weapon like the left hook. Dela Hoya hasn't landed one of those big, super clean left hooks.
With both of them of his body and everything else, and that may impress.
This is an argument with fists and the younger man.
And Mayweather is a dose of cold reality. This flurry will worse, but the judges are watching the accurate clinical retaliation of a true.
It's very likely that.
Was it for a giant pot of money? Or will Dela Hoya make good on his promise to keep on fighting even after this? Where does Mayweather go from this pinnacle after claiming that he's going to retire? They fight to the finish.
And by the.
But with the likely outcome seemingly written in stone. And the crowd appreciates both. Oscar De La Hoya, his fire, his ability to be the best fighter in the sport.
The scorecards. Champion of the world, Pretty Boy, Floyd.